So this week has not been the best of weeks. I'm currently sick, so that really sucks. I don't get sick very often, so when I do, it just really messes with me. Um, so with being sick and then some other things happening, this week hasn't been the best, but we're gonna walk through how I've kept this week being pretty neutral or positive despite the crappy things going on. Because it's really important to maintain a life outside of a negative atmosphere, despite the shit that's going on, because you can always work through that. So, not only have I been sick, see, I can't breathe. My nose is just not working right now. It's not allergies, it's just, I have something. Jake had it, and it came to me. So lots of nose issues. Everything else feels fine, but it's all just right here, which is really annoying. So that's been going on, and then some issues at work. Some of them are going to result in positive changes, ways for me to grow. We've been having some issues with communication and how things that I say or other people say have been taken the wrong way, and beforehand we haven't been talking about it or calling each other out on our tone or the way we're speaking to each other, but we had a conversation at work and between me and a couple of other people, and we're hopefully going to be on a better track for that. So while that was really stressful, at the time, I think that it, in the long run, will be a very good situation. And then along with some other things happening at work that just make it feel less of a space that I'm comfortable staying in. I love my job, and I don't want to leave there. I need to work currently on figuring out how to feel comfortable in that space again and feel like I can trust the company, essentially. But hopefully, with some of these changes that are coming and just a different atmosphere, I'll start to feel comfortable in my workspace again. But with those things going on, with being sick, with having some issues at work, I've been trying really hard to keep a positive or neutral mindset rather than getting really upset and being negative through it all. So I'm going to walk through some of the things that I've done to keep myself in a better mindset and not let the negative thoughts take over, essentially, because that's an issue for a lot of us. So some of the things that I did this week to keep myself from being overly upset is, first off, I let myself feel the emotions. I am fairly angry about being sick. I don't know who got me sick. I think it's Jake, but I don't know who got him sick. And he wasn't sick for as long as I've been sick. It's been a couple days, and he hardly was sick. So I don't know who got me sick, but I'm mad about it. So I've worked through that. I let myself feel a little angry about being sick, and then I just moved forward, and despite not feeling well and wanting to sleep all the time, I've been still making myself get up early enough to do my makeup, because that does make me feel better about myself and about my day, because I enjoy seeing my reflection. I feel more confident when I'm talking to new people, and you never know who you're gonna run into, whether you're sick or not. So I like feeling my most confident despite this going on. Oh God. So I've still been doing my makeup, getting myself up in the morning. I've been making sure I've been going to bed super early to try and sleep off the illness, which seems to be helping. So doing the little things to help the sickness go away. But then moving forward to the issues at work and the negative mindset that it's been putting on me, it was very upsetting. I take work very seriously. It's a big part of my life. So for me to feel so unsure about my standing within the store and how others are feeling about me in the store, it really weighs on me emotionally. And so with that, I really just let myself like work through those emotions in the moment. I allowed myself to cry, I allowed myself to like work through the emotions. They're like all the things. Because ultimately I felt like I was being portrayed as a bad person when I'm not a bad person, and I'm working really hard. This whole thing, I'm working really hard to grow myself as a person, and I felt like I wasn't being given that opportunity. So allowing myself to work through those emotions, it helped me better realize why I was so upset, instead of just trying to hold off the emotions and just being mad about like the situation as itself, instead of like what it was bringing forward and why it hurt me so bad. So allowing myself to go through those emotions helped it take a little bit of a weight off of me, which can be hard. I know that we all have some issues like actually addressing our emotions and working through them. But in the long run, it really does help. It helps bring more clarity and understanding about why you're feeling the way you are, and helps you better address the actual issues that there are instead of just the situation. So I allowed myself to go through those emotions, and then outside of that, I didn't let myself dwell on them. When I would get home after I worked through them, I decided to like get down to business, work on other things that made me happy. I really focused on, last week's video was about like being more authentic and making my my stuff around my coaching business more me. So I sat down and focused really hard on that stuff. I think that it was actually kind of good that I had done so much like emotional searching and like figuring out like what I felt in the situation at work. It helped me be more vulnerable with myself while working on my website and my marketing and stuff. So it kind of tied together, making it a more positive experience, and I enjoy working on my coaching business. So being able to work on that coaching business and not dwell on the situation at my other job helped bring me back into a more positive mindset. Along with like I did some crafting, I played with my dogs, I made sure I fed myself and drank enough water. Again, eating and drinking enough is a big way of helping your emotional system and your physical system work better. It makes it a little less reactive and more responsive, which is a big thing that I've talked about before. Oh my god. So, with the rest of my week, I expect that it's gonna get better. This week is very gloomy outside and I don't feel very good, but we talked at work, we figured out a plan to hopefully make the situation a little bit nicer for everyone and have better communication between everyone. And it's just allowed me to have a better idea of what it is that I want out of my life right now and what I need to be prioritizing. So I would just really say, if you're stuck in a spot that makes you feel kind of crappy and it's continuing to feel that crappy, you probably haven't worked through your emotions regarding the situation, and you need to process your emotions and find out what the real issues are. And then after you figure that out, like you also need to counterbalance that with things that you enjoy. For me, that was working on my other business and doing crafts and playing with my dogs. But for you, it might be going on a walk if it's not raining and crappy like it is here, or taking a nap or a nice bath, going and hanging out with friends. But you need to process your emotions and then allow yourself to feel positive emotions afterwards that you associate that processing with positive intent. Because it's a lot healthier to figure out what the real issues are instead of just dealing with the situation in the moment. And then it's even better to allow those emotional I don't know what I'm trying to say. And then it's even better to have a more like positive thing to do after you do that emotional processing, so then you don't feel as scared to do that emotional processing in the future. And if you're just sick, like I am, I don't know what to tell you, because even doing things that I enjoy, I still feel crappy. But just drink enough water, take the medicine that you need, sleep enough, make sure you're eating enough, and it'll be over before you know it. I'm sure by the next video I'll be fine. It just will feel like an eternity before we get there. It's not even that bad. I'm just a baby about it. I never get sick. So, I don't know. Hopefully this was helpful. Like, share, and subscribe if you thought it was. Go check out my new website. Not new, but go check out my website. I think that it much better represents me as a person. And then go follow my Instagram and my Facebook page. It's all under Magic in the Mundane. The website is magicinthe.mundane.online, because Wix is weird, but it still works out pretty well. Go check it out. Let me know what you think, and if all the buttons work, and if it looks all right. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it, because I will probably still be working on some marketing stuff and trying to find some joy out of that while I process this issue right here. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you.